Hello folks, have you ever stood at the seafood counter, trying to decide between shrimp and scallops, and thought to yourself, well, it doesn't matter what I choose, because all seafood is healthy, right? Most of us believe that, but what if I told you that one of those healthy choices could be quietly making your joint pain worse, or spiking your cholesterol without you even realizing it? The truth is, not all seafood is created equal, especially when our bodies are over the age of 60. And the billion-dollar seafood industry doesn't always tell us the full story. In today's video, we're going to do something incredibly important. Uncover the truth behind the most popular seafoods. We will identify 4 red flag seafoods that you should think twice about eating, based on the latest scientific research on their effects on an aging body. We won't just say don't eat it. We will explain exactly why, from cholesterol and inflammatory compounds to hidden heavy metals. But don't worry, we're not here to take away your favorite foods. More importantly, we're going to reveal 4 seafood superstars that nutrition experts recommend adding to your diet to help keep your joints flexible, your skin healthy, and your energy levels high. This information could truly change how you shop for groceries and protect your health for years to come. So, please take the time to watch carefully until the end. Especially the #1 best seafood, it's probably not what you think, and its benefits for joint pain might just surprise you. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button right now. We're always delivering practical, science-based health advice specifically for our community of older adults. Let's get started with the list of foods to be cautious about, kicking it off at number 4. That crispy fried calamari is so tempting, isn't it? It's a staple appetizer at so many restaurants. On its own, grilled or steamed, squid is a decent source of protein. However, there are a few key reasons it lands on our caution list, especially for those of us over 60. The first issue is its extremely high cholesterol content. Just a small 3-ounce serving can pack over % of your recommended daily intake. As we age, our livers don't process and regulate cholesterol as efficiently as they used to, meaning the cholesterol we eat has a much bigger impact on our blood levels. Now let's consider how it's usually served. Deep fried. The high heat and industrial oils used for frying not only add a huge number of calories and unhealthy fats, but can also create something called advanced glycation in products, or AGEs. These are nasty little compounds that promote inflammation and cellular stress throughout the body. Secondly, let's talk about gout. Squid is very high in compounds called purines. When your body breaks down purines, it produces uric acid. For many of us, our kidney function becomes less efficient with age, making it harder to flush out this excess uric acid. When it builds up, it can form sharp crystals in your joints, leading to a sudden and intensely painful gout flare-up. If you have a history of gout, squid can be a significant trigger. Finally, there's a simple, practical point: texture. Squid meat is dense, rubbery, and can be quite tough to chew. For anyone with dental challenges or more sensitive digestion, this can make squid physically difficult to break down, potentially leading to indigestion and discomfort. Our advice: squid isn't a villain to be banned forever, but it should be treated with respect. If you truly love calamari, save it for a special night out, not as a weekly go-to. If you're looking for a healthier appetizer, perhaps consider grilled shrimp skewers or a small piece of broiled cod instead. This way, you're still enjoying delicious seafood without the potential downsides. This one is very popular in the US, especially in deli salads, seafood dips, and budget-friendly sushi rolls. But the name says it all: it's imitation. And for our health, it's one of the worst imposters in the seafood aisle. Let's pull back the curtain on what it's actually made of. The base is a paste called surimi, which is made from pulverized scraps of fish, usually pollock. This paste is bleached, rinsed multiple times to remove any fishy flavor, and then heavily processed. Because this process strips out all the natural taste and texture, manufacturers have to add a whole host of things back in. Starches to bind it, sugar, often high fructose corn syrup, for taste, a huge amount of salt for preservation and flavor, and artificial flavorings to make it taste like crab. That reddish coloring on the outside, that's typically from artificial dyes. So, what you're left with isn't really seafood. It's an ultra-processed, food-like product. The first big danger for anyone over 60 is how it impacts blood sugar. Because it's loaded with starches that have no fiber, it digests almost instantly, causing a glycemic response similar to eating white bread. For the millions of seniors managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, this can lead to a sharp sugar spike, followed by that draining energy crash an hour or two later. Then there's the sodium. A single serving can contain over 700 milligrams of sodium, and that's before you add any dressings or sauces. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at filtering salt, and that amount of sodium puts a direct strain on our blood pressure and cardiovascular system. The additives like monosodium glutamate (MSG) can also trigger headaches and water retention in sensitive individuals. Our advice: become a detective at the grocery store. If the price for crab meat seems too good to be true, it's almost certainly imitation. Look for the word surimi or imitation on the package. For a truly healthy and delicious crab salad, a can of wild-caught lump crab meat is a fantastic choice. It gives you all the real benefits: the omega-3s, the vitamins, the minerals without any of the junk. You could also try using cooked, chilled shrimp or even canned salmon for a similar texture and a much bigger nutritional punch. This one might be a surprise, as scallops are often seen as a light and elegant choice. They are certainly delicious, but for seniors, they can present a silent problem that builds up over many years. The central issue is their tendency to accumulate cadmium, a heavy metal found in the environment, often from industrial runoff. As filter feeders, scallops concentrate this metal in their tissues. The real problem with cadmium is its bioaccumulation. Once it gets into your system, it likes to stay there, particularly in the kidneys, for decades. Over a lifetime, this gradual buildup can seriously strain your kidneys, especially when their function is already naturally declining with age. For individuals with a history of smoking, which is another major source of cadmium exposure, adding scallops to the mix can be even more problematic. The second issue is what we call an opportunity cost. We often eat seafood for its healthy, anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats, but scallops are surprisingly low in them. When you choose scallops, you're missing out on the potent brain and joint benefits you would get from a serving of salmon, sardines, or even the oysters we'll talk about later. Finally, a little insider tip: be wary of perfectly round, uniform scallops, especially in frozen bags. Sometimes, what's sold as scallops is actually just pieces of skate wing or other whitefish that have been punched into a scallop shape. While it's not a direct health threat, it's a matter of not getting the food you're paying for. Our advice: if you truly love scallops, make them a rare treat. When you do buy them, ask your fishmonger about their origin, as those from cleaner waters are a better choice. And when you cook them, poach or lightly sear them in a touch of heart-healthy olive oil instead of drowning them in butter. But for your regular seafood rotation, there are far more beneficial choices available. And here we are at number 1. This is likely the most popular seafood in America, but it tops our list of foods to be cautious about for several critical reasons that directly impact seniors. The biggest issue is the source. Over 90% of shrimp in the U.S. is imported from industrial farms. These farms are often overcrowded and can be unsanitary, creating a breeding ground for disease. To combat this, producers often use antibiotics and other chemicals, residues of which can end up on your plate. Regular exposure to these residues is linked to antibiotic resistance and can disrupt your delicate gut microbiome, which is the command center for your immune system. Second is the allergy and inflammation angle. Shrimp contains a protein called tropomyosin, which is a common allergen. What's crucial to know is that you can develop shellfish allergies late in life, even if you've eaten it for years without a problem. Beyond a full-blown allergy, this protein can be difficult for an aging digestive system to break down, potentially triggering a state of low-grade inflammation in the gut. This kind of chronic inflammation is a root cause of many age-related health issues. Lastly, Be aware of preservatives. Frozen or pre-cooked shrimp are often treated with sodium tripolyphosphate, SDP. This is a chemical used to make the shrimp absorb more water, meaning you're paying for water weight. More importantly, it dramatically increases the sodium content, putting extra strain on your blood pressure and kidneys. Our advice: navigating the shrimp aisle requires a good, better, best approach. Good. If you buy farmed shrimp, look for those with reputable certifications on the bag, like the Best Aquaculture Practices (BAP) or Aquaculture Stewardship Council (ASC) logos. Better, choose any wild-caught shrimp over farmed. Best. The gold standard is wild-caught shrimp from the US or Canada. Look for names like Key West pinks, Oregon pinks, or wild Gulf shrimp on the label. If a package of frozen shrimp doesn't tell you where it's from, it's best to just leave it in the freezer case. Hearing all that might make you feel a bit discouraged, right? But don't give up on seafood just yet. Knowing what to avoid is only half the story. The other, more exciting half, is discovering the ocean's treasures that can help us rebuild our health. If you found this information valuable so far, please don't hesitate to hit the like button so this video can reach more people. Thank you so much. Now let's get to our 4 superstars. Let's dive into our first superstar. And we'll be honest, this one is probably new to many of you. It's called sea cucumber, and while it might look like a strange slug from the bottom of the ocean, it's one of the most respected healing foods in traditional Eastern medicine. And modern science is now catching up to its incredible benefits for aging bodies. Its main claim to fame is its powerful support for joints, cartilage, and skin. It is packed with chondroitin sulfate, a key component of cartilage. Think of chondroitin as a liquid magnet for your joints, helping them stay hydrated, cushioned, and flexible. Sea cucumber provides this in a natural, whole food form that your body recognizes and can use very effectively, which isn't always the case with isolated, processed supplements. Furthermore, it contains unique anti-inflammatory compounds called triterpene glycosides. These work to calm chronic inflammation in the body, which is a root cause of joint pain and stiffness. They function a bit like a gentle, natural aspirin, but without the potential harsh side effects on your stomach lining, making them an excellent choice for long-term joint health. It's also rich in collagen proteins, which are essential not just for your joints, but for maintaining skin elasticity and strength. How do you use it? This is the adventurous part. You'll typically find it in a dried, black, shriveled form in Asian grocery stores or online. The preparation does take a little effort. It involves soaking it for a day or even 2, to rehydrate it until it becomes soft and gelatinous. But don't let that intimidate you. Once it's ready, you simply slice it up and add it to a slow-cooking soup or a savory broth. It doesn't have a strong flavor of its own. It mostly absorbs the delicious taste of what you cook it with. Its real magic is in its gelatinous texture and the powerful nutrients it releases. For an easier route, some health food stores now offer powdered sea cucumber supplements, but consuming it in its whole food form is always the best. If you're tired of hearing about standard fish oil and are looking for something with a bit more targeted power for your aching joints, you need to know about green-lipped mussels. This humble shellfish, native to the pristine waters of New Zealand, is a true anti-inflammatory powerhouse and one of the most effective food as medicine choices for seniors. What makes them so special is a rare combination of omega-3 fatty acids, most notably one called ETA, eicosapentaenoic acid. Now, let's put that in simple English. There are multiple inflammatory pathways in your body. While standard fish oils are great at blocking certain pathways, the ETA in these mussels blocks several, including a key one that many supplements don't target as effectively. This is why many people with osteoarthritis report feeling a more noticeable difference and relief from green-lipped mussels than from fish oil alone, and their benefits don't stop at the joints. The same powerful anti-inflammatory properties have been shown to support respiratory health, helping to soothe inflammation in the airways. Beyond the healthy fats, they are also an excellent source of minerals that become harder for our bodies to absorb with age, including zinc for immunity, selenium for thyroid support, and iron for energy. How do you use them? You'll most often find them in the frozen seafood section of well-stocked supermarkets, usually sold conveniently in the half-shell. The key is gentle cooking, as high heat can destroy the delicate fats. Steaming them for just a few minutes with garlic, parsley, and a squeeze of lemon until they're warmed through is the perfect method. You can also thaw them and pop them under the broiler for a minute with a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese for a delicious appetizer. And of course, they are widely available as a supplement in capsule or powder form. If you go this route, look for a reputable brand that uses a cold extraction process, which helps preserve the fragile oils that provide all the benefits. If you find yourself dealing with low energy, if your hair or nails seem more brittle than they used to be, or if you feel like you're catching every cold that goes around, your body might be crying out for one specific mineral. And oysters are arguably the single best food on the planet to get it. They aren't just a delicacy, they are nature's multivitamin, wrapped in a shell. What makes them so vital for seniors is their unmatched density of bioavailable zinc. Just 2 or 3 medium oysters can provide your entire daily requirement, and this matters more than you might think. As we age, our ability to absorb zinc from food can decrease, and many common medications, like those for blood pressure, can further deplete our levels. This double whammy can lead to a weakened immune response, slower healing, and even a loss of taste and smell, which can greatly diminish your enjoyment of food. But let's talk about brain health, because this is where oysters truly shine as a complete package. The potent combination of zinc, vitamin B12, and omega-3 fatty acids works together to protect your brain cells, support healthy neurotransmitter function, and maintain sharp cognitive processing. Think of it as providing the essential building blocks your brain needs to fight age-related decline. On top of that, they are packed with selenium, a mineral that acts like a bodyguard for your thyroid, and copper, which is critical for maintaining strong bones and healthy collagen. How do you use them safely? This is a key question. We know many people are hesitant about eating raw oysters, and that's perfectly okay. You don't have to eat them raw to get the benefits. Gently steaming them, broiling them with a touch of garlic butter, or making a classic oyster stew are fantastic ways to enjoy them cooked. Cooking makes them easier to digest and eliminates the risk of bacteria like Vibrio, which is a valid concern, especially for anyone with a compromised immune system. When buying, look for oysters that are fresh and tightly closed, with a nice weight to them. They should smell like the clean ocean, not fishy. If you're buying them pre-shucked in a jar, check the expiration date and ensure the liquid is clear, not cloudy. Always buy from a reputable fishmonger who can tell you where the oysters are from. Whether from the Pacific Northwest, the Gulf, or the East Coast, a good source is your best guarantee of quality and safety. And finally, we've arrived at our #1 most powerful marine food for anyone over 60. This one isn't a fish or shellfish at all. It's a type of seaweed called sea moss, sometimes known as Irish moss. You might have seen it popping up in health stores or being talked about by wellness experts. And we're here to tell you that this is one trend that is absolutely worth the hype, because its history as a healing food goes back for centuries. What makes sea moss so uniquely powerful is how it connects your gut health directly to your joint and skin health. It's rich in a soothing, soluble fiber called mucilage. This fiber creates a healing gel-like coating in your intestines, which can bring relief from digestive issues like acid reflux or constipation. But it also helps create a healthy gut environment, which allows you to better absorb nutrients, including the very minerals that sea moss itself provides. So it's a two-part system. It helps heal the gut so you can better absorb the building blocks it delivers to then rebuild your joints and skin from the inside out. Those building blocks include over 90 trace minerals your body needs, like potassium, magnesium, and especially sulfur, which is crucial for collagen production. It's also a fantastic source of natural iodine and selenium, 2 minerals that work as a team to support healthy thyroid function. Your thyroid controls your metabolism and energy levels, which can often become sluggish with age. However, a little goes a long way. This is a potent food, so you don't need to overdo it, especially if you have a pre-existing thyroid condition. How do you use it? The traditional way is to buy it raw and dried, then soak and blend it into a gel. This is very cost-effective, but it does take time. For convenience, which is what many of us need, you can now buy high-quality, pre-made sea moss gel online, or in the refrigerated section of many health food stores. This is ready to use right out of the jar. What does it taste like? Honestly, not much at all, which makes it incredibly versatile. The easiest way to start is by stirring a single tablespoon into your morning oatmeal, a cup of tea, a smoothie, or even a simple soup or stew. It will thicken it slightly and dramatically boost the nutritional content without really changing the flavor. It's a simple, powerful step for restoring the minerals your body needs to thrive in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. So now you have the knowledge to turn the seafood counter into an ally for your health, not a potential minefield. Making smart choices can make a huge difference in how you feel every single day. We'd love to hear from you. Which seafood on today's list surprised you the most? And have you ever tried sea moss? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, if you believe this information could help a friend or a loved one, please don't hesitate to hit the share button. Together, we can help our community live healthier and wiser lives. Thank you for watching. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our health. Stay healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next